How's everybody doing? It's preview time, and we are going to be talking about Grimsby Town's latest fixture coming up, and that is obviously against Newport County, which is on Saturday. And can the Mariners keep up the positive mindset? We shall see. Obviously, I'll take you through what some of what Artel said in his pre-match press conference, including some stats and some figures for the upcoming friendly, and my prediction as well, which I'd like you guys to get involved in what you think the score is going to be for the third league game of the season. So, what we'll start with then, we'll start with the facts and the figures. As we both know, both sides have started off with the same kind of results really. A win and a draw each, 4 points from the opening two games. Town obviously drew their first. Newport drew their second. So it's quite even on that front. Obviously, Newport are under new management now. And they've gone for a very distinctive Welsh feel. Now, what I mean is, they've been signing players from places like Haverfordwest, which I get it right, and places like that, guys, Keene, things like that. Keeping it around the country, which is a good way of doing it for Newport. Because they seem to have a different direction now from their last manager that they had in charge. So and that's going to be quite an interesting one and quite a different game, because everyone sort of had, a lot of people had Newport down near the bottom, and the way they've sort of started, you wouldn't think so. So it's a very good start for Newport. Likewise with the Mariners, obviously all talk is about the League Cup tie against Manchester United. David Artel, obviously in both interviews with the club media and including Matt Dean at Humberside, first thing he was asked about obviously was Manchester United, and I have to agree with his sort of thoughts on that. It's a fantastic draw. And as a defender, if that isn't a sellout, I don't know when it's going to be. And it is a fantastic draw for Grimsby to get. Kind of shows, in a way, the sort of improvement. If you get through in cup competitions, you get draws like this. So, but I thought he was very, very level-headed, very sort of, obviously very professional, which David is. And I thought he came with a good thing, and that we've got 3 big games prior to that. Obviously this one against Newport, obviously Walsall next Tuesday, and Accrington before we even play Manchester United. So, but it's a big game. I understand why fans are kind of going, a bit crazy in the a little bit crazy, and obviously the season ticket seems to have gone up a little bit, mainly because of that, because, hey, it can happen. But like David Artel says, we need to start focusing on the 3 games prior to that, and that is what I'm about to do here. If we look at the overall history in the last 23 meetings between the two sides, the Mariners have won 8 to Newport's 7, 24 goals to 18 in Grimsby's favour. That equates to a 34.8% win rate for the Mariners, 30.4% win rate for Newport, and around about a 34% draw rate, not win rate. But yeah, we've got a goal score ratio of 1.04 against Newport. Newport have a 1.78. Sorry, a 0.78, not a 1.78. And if we look at the last, I would say the last four results between Grimsby and Newport, we can see that in 2023-24, the Mariners got a 1-1 draw over at Newport after being 0-0 at half time, whereas Grimsby Town won 1-0 in April of 2024. 1-0 at home back in April, a good win, like I said there, important win. And last season, of course, at Newport, it ended up a 0-0 draw, with Grimsby Town once again getting a 1-0 win back in March, the 22nd of March, against Newport. So we've kind of paralleled, so much so, if you go a little bit further back, in the last 6 games, the Mariners haven't lost any of their last 6 games. It's been win, draw, win, draw, win, draw, draw, win, basically. So, you know, it's a good omen against Newport in that regard. Some really good record. The last time we did lose to Newport County, though, was in 2021, the season that we got relegated, which was in December. Was in February of 2021, when we lost 1-0 away at Newport. We also lost that season at home 2-0 in the December. So we haven't lost to them in basically 4 years, 4.5 years since we last lost to Newport. But you know, like I said, Newport look like they're on the more on the belief again. I think that's what it is. I think under this new manager, you know, obviously they started well, so they're going to have that sort of belief back. If we look at the form guide, still very early to tell. You know, 1 game each, 2 games each, won one of them, drew one of them. If you want to look at the overall betting for this game at certain places, you can get Grimsby Town to win at 11-25. That's odds on, basically, ladies and gentlemen. The draw is 99-50 at certain places, and also Newport County are 11-2 to win if you fancy the Newport Dragons, the Dragons of Newport. You know, so if you fancy them, it's 11-2. And like I said, if we look early in the league, it's obviously only 2 games in. Grimsby lie obviously in 5th place. 4 points on a +3 goal difference, scoring 6, conceding 3. Newport, excuse me while I sit up here, Newport have scored 3 and conceded 2, with a +1 goal difference, 4 points as well. Again, not really too much to really look at, apart from obviously the Mariners are in the playoff place, and basically Newport are just outside. And obviously after their result last week and Grimsby's draw at a very tough Harrogate, I bet this one to be difficult as well. If we play to our level, obviously we've shown already this season what type of football Town are looking to play, which is very expansive, on the deck type football, you know, play out from the back but also be very productive down the wings. You know, we've got great width and great pace, which always adds it for the Mariners. If we just talk about a little bit of the pre-match press conference as well, he was asked about Toure, with how good he played in midweek, and he's saying that he seems to be getting to grips now with English football, which from Tuesday's performance you could definitely tell that, and hopefully onwards and upwards from there. He was asked about Jude Sundup Bell. He won't be involved this weekend. He believes that he has now got international clearance, but he's only just started to integrate with the boys. Don't expect to see him. We might do, but Artel seems to say definitely this game is coming just a little bit too soon for him, which you can understand. But you never know. He might make the bench if need be. You never know. But I definitely wouldn't expect Jude to start the game. That is for certain. Next week, he said it will depend on his sort of fatigue figures and things like that, and how he starts to go. Maybe not Walsall, but possibly Accrington, where he might get a look in. But we'll wait and see. I think that's a good thing. He was asked about Danny Rose. Danny Rose is improving. Apparently, got an Artel. He's improving. Still a little way off. Hopefully not too much longer though. Maybe a couple of weeks only, something like that. But you can always tell, because we know Danny's been at the games, and you can tell that Danny's itching to get involved with this side, and wants to be involved, wants to help the lads play a part in what is starting to be a promising season. So Danny Rose not quite yet, but I don't think it's far. That doesn't mean they won't be possibly on the bench, but I think with Danny, he probably definitely won't be involved either. But you never know. You never know. He might just be saying that to keep, maybe to keep Newport sweet. I don't know. But probably won't see Danny Rose yet. We definitely won't see Jude Sundup Bell yet. But I think in the next couple of weeks we'll probably see both of them. And so we'll keep an eye on both of them and see how they are progressing. And he was asked about, obviously, the transfer window. He says he knows there's a couple of areas where he'd like to strengthen. He was also asked if there'd probably be anybody by the weekend. I feel like there's something brewing on the outward going. I don't know about incomings, but I've even said now, even if it was 2 loans coming in, it would be more than fine. But I think David is right to play it coy as well, in regards to what if you get injuries. You need to be able to leave some budget back, so if you do need to go in to the loan market, something like that, you can. So, but he basically says, never say never. You never know. I'll keep abreast of that. We'll all keep abreast of what Artel's remaining transfer business will be for this summer window. And so that is the preview done, guys. That is the preview done. I think it's, like I said, it's going to be a very difficult game against Newport. They look like they've got a new identity in Newport, which is good to see. They look like they can play direct, but they also like to play some good floor football. So we'll have to see how this all turns out. But looking forward to this one. This will be an interesting challenge for the Mariners. Can we make it 3 wins from 3 at home? Let's see. Now going on to score prediction. This is difficult because we've scored 3 in the last 3 games. Can we score 3 again? I know Artel wants us to be more and more ruthless, which I can understand. Put teams to bed a little bit earlier than what we do. I'm not going to go for a 3 goals this time, but I'm going to go for a 2-1 win for Grimsby Town against Newport. Obviously, I'm going to... You guys join you. Jay's caveat, I think we'll get a goal. And I also think... Do you know what? I'd love George McEachran to get one. I'd love George McEachran to get a goal. So I'm going to go George this week. George McEachran for a second goal and a 2-1 win, as I say, for the Mariners against Newport. But we cannot sleep on these 3 games. Yes, we've got that Manchester United Dream Cup tie, really, coming up in a couple of weeks. But we have got, as Artel says, 3 tough games before that. So that is the preview done and dusted. Let me know down below what you guys think and what you think the score prediction, your score prediction is going to be. My video obviously about Man United has gone down really well. Thanks for anyone that's interacted with that video. Interact with this as well. Leave your comments down below on what you think will happen. I will be at Blundell Park on Saturday. If I see you, do come and say hello, and we'll have a chat about things like that. I've got a video coming up soon about the DSA, the Disability Supporters Association, which I'll go into in a little while. But leave your comments down below for this game, predictions and so on, and all your comments, questions, all that good stuff. Like, share, subscribe and comment, and I will see you at Newport. And if I don't see you at the game, I will see you for a review of the game, and I'll also keep tabs on any other stuff that happens, and may drop a video at the end of the week, end of the weekend. Any other business by the club, shall we say. But leave your comments down below on that. Like, share, subscribe, hit that bell button, and I'll let you know when I upload some new content. But in the meantime, guys, up the Mariners. If you have noticed that my Grimsby flag, just before I go, is not actually up right now. Obviously, I've had some work done in my office, so it's not up right now, but it's still there. I'm going to work on getting it up in the next couple of weeks, back up, and so that will be that'll be noticeable in the videos coming up again fairly soon. But like I said, that is the end of the video. Love a bit of a ramble, why not? But let me know down below. I'll see you guys for a review of Newport on Saturday night, and hopefully see some of you guys at the Newport game on Saturday afternoon. But until then, guys, like I said, like, share, subscribe, comment, hit that bell, and I'll see you soon. Up the Mariners. Now let's focus on these next 3. Let's do it. Up the Mariners. Let's go. See you soon. Ta-da.